Have you ever poured your heart and soul into an email or report just to get that sinking feeling that nobody actually read it? Yeah, you're definitely not alone. But today, we're going to fix that. Let's dive right into the art and science of strategic writing, how to craft a message so people don't just see your words, they feel them.
Okay, let's kick things off with a number that might just blow your mind. 79%. Now what's that? Well, according to a huge study by the Nielsen Group, way back in 1997, that's how many people scan a new web page instead of reading it word for word. And let's be real, our attention spans haven't exactly gotten longer since the 90s, have they?
So this is the big challenge for pretty much anyone trying to communicate today. We're not writing for someone curled up in a comfy chair in a library. Nope, we are writing for scanners, for people scrolling on their phones while waiting for coffee, their brains trained to just hunt for the highlights. So the real question is, how in the world do you break through all that noise?
The answer is strategic writing. It sounds fancy, but the idea is actually super simple and incredibly powerful. It means you stop just throwing words on a page and you start crafting every single sentence with a very specific goal. It's the difference between just shouting into a crowd and having a real, focused, persuasive conversation.
All right, let's officially name this thing we're all dealing with, the unread message problem. And I want to be clear, this isn't just a feeling you have. The data is screaming at us that getting your writing noticed is tougher now than it's ever been.
And this whole scanning thing, it's not just for websites, it's everywhere. We know that 79% figure for web pages, but get this. Another study showed that 60% of people don't even open most marketing emails. They just read the little preview text. That tiny little snippet in your inbox, that's your one shot to make an impression. No pressure, right?
But hey, the good news is there's a way to fight back, a proven method. I want you to think of it like a blueprint for building really effective communication. And this isn't about being born with some magical writing talent. It's about following a smart, structured process that anyone can learn.
So the first part of this blueprint is all about creation and refinement. It starts with research. You can't build a house without materials, right? Same idea here. Then comes the fun part, brainstorming. Just let the ideas fly. Your outline is next. That's your roadmap. It gives your whole message some structure. Now, step 4 is so important. Just write. Your first draft is supposed to be a mess. Seriously, don't worry about perfection, because the real magic happens in step 5, revision, where you polish that rough draft into something truly great.
Okay, now for the second half of the blueprint, finalizing and launching. Editing is where you get out the microscope and perfect every word. Step 7, seeking approval, is a non-negotiable. Trust me, you're too close to your own work. You need fresh eyes. Once it's polished and approved, it's go time. Distribution. Get it out there to the right people. But you're not done yet. The final step, evaluation, is your secret weapon. Did it work? What did you learn? This is how you get better and better every single time.
Okay, we've got the blueprint. Now let's zoom in on the nitty-gritty of writing for the web. You know, for those scanners we talked about right at the beginning. This is where the rubber meets the road. You know, it really helps to compare web writing to something totally different, like broadcast writing. Broadcast is made for the ears, so it's all about short, punchy sentences and big ideas. Web writing, though, that's made for the eyes, specifically for eyes that are darting around the page. It absolutely has to have strong headlines, clear sections, and oh yeah, there's a whole technical side to it you have to get right. That technical side is really all about one thing, getting found online. This is where search engine optimization, or SEO, comes into play. Think of it like you're teaching your content to speak Google's language. You use specific keywords so that their little computer bots can figure out what you're talking about and show your page to the right people. And of course, that headline, it's your digital first impression. It's often the only thing that decides whether someone clicks or just keeps on scrolling. Now, strategic writing is not just about the words you pick. This might actually surprise you. It's also about how you arrange those words on the page. The visual design of your message is, without a doubt, just as important as the text itself.
Think about it. You click a link and you're hit with a giant solid wall of text. What do? You probably hit the back button, right? Design isn't just about making things pretty. It's about organizing information. That same wall of text, broken up with headlines and bullet points and images, suddenly it's approachable, it's scannable. Good design gives your reader context before they've even read a single word. And listen, you do not need to be a graphic designer to use these ideas. Just think about balance, so your page doesn't feel all lopsided. Use contrast, like bold text or a pop of color, to make the important stuff stand out. Create emphasis to guide your reader's eye where you want it to go first. Make sure there's unity, so everything on the page looks like it belongs together. And my favorite, don't be afraid of space. White space isn't empty space. It's what gives your words room to breathe.
So, we've covered the process, we've covered the tactics, but let's get to the real heart of all this. Why do we do it? Because the ultimate goal here is about so much more than just getting clicks and opens.
This is so important. Strategic writing is not about manipulating people. It's not about tricks. It's about building trust. The whole point is to build an honorable, genuine relationship with your audience. And that means you have to be thinking about ethics in every single decision you make as a writer.
So, as a strategic writer, you're really just taking your reader on a journey. First, you grab their attention. Then, you show them you understand their problem, and you offer a win-win solution. You explain the stakes, what happens if they do nothing, and then, the final step, you give them a crystal clear, easy thing to do next. You're literally building a path for them from problem to solution.
And always remember, your writing doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's one piece of a much bigger puzzle. We call it Integrated Marketing Communication, or IMC. All that really means is that all of a company's messages, from an email to an ad to a social media post, they should all be singing the same song. They have to be consistent. That consistency is what builds a brand that people actually trust. So I want to leave you with this one thought. Think about your own work, your own projects. What's the one email, the one proposal, the one message you're working on right now? How can you apply this blueprint, not just to make sure it gets sent, but to make sure it truly connects and makes a difference?